guys, Mrs. Ackland here. Let's go ahead and do volume of a sphere. Volume of spheres. Our first question says, what is the volume of the sphere? Use pi is approximately equal to 3.14 and round your answer to the nearest hundredth. And we got this sphere, kind of looks like a circle, but it's shaded in a little bit so that it is looking more like a sphere or like a ball shape. Also, the problem is telling us that it is a sphere. So how do we find the volume of a sphere? I don't know. Let's go down and take a look. Let's go look at the lesson that is included with this one. Click on volume of spheres. Let's see what they have to say. All right. So what is a sphere? A sphere is a three-dimensional object shaped like a ball. In a sphere, every point on the surface is an equal distance from the center, and this distance is called the radius. So the radius of a sphere, r, is the distance from the center of the sphere to any point on its surface. You can find the volume of a sphere using this formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Remember, in this lesson, they're asking us to use 3.14 for pi, so we're going to end up having volume equals 4/3 times 3.14 times r cubed. Let's go ahead back over to the lesson and let's put that up on our board. And I'm sure they're going to give us a new problem here. That's okay. So what did we just say? We said that volume of a sphere is equal to 4/3 times 3.14. All of our volume of sphere problems are going to start off with everything that we have on the board so far. They're all going to start with 4/3, and they're all going to start with times 3.14. The only difference is going to be what your r is. R is our radius, and the radius for this problem happens to be 7. And it's not 7 squared, it's going to be 7 cubed. A lot of the other problems we square the radius, but this one we're going to cube it. Let's pop over to the calculator and put it in. 4/3 times 3.14 times 7 cubed. Okay, so fraction, 4 as our numerator, 3 as our denominator. Pop the cursor out of the fraction, times 3.14 times, and the radius was 7. 7 cubed, and now there's no cubed key here. So what we can do is we can click on this AB key. So if you click on A squared, it just makes it squared, right? Let me get rid of that. But if you click on AB, it doesn't put anything. It's waiting for you to say what the exponent is. So we're going to put a 3 because it's cubed. Okay, and we'll do this a few more times. You guys can see that again on the next problem. They want us to round it to the nearest hundredth, so it'll be 1,436.02. The hundredths place is 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. But then I'm going to look at the next number over, which is a 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 means to round up. So 1,436.02 is going to get rounded up to 1,436.03. Let's go put that in. And we'll bump that up to a 3 and we'll submit. Okie dokie, let's start with our formula on the board. We know that volume is equal to, volume of a sphere is equal to 4/3 times 3.14 times the radius cubed. And the radius here is 4, okay? So 4 cubed. Come back over to our calculator. Let's clear it out. Okay, so 4/3, 4 is our numerator, 3 is our denominator. Whoops. 3 is our denominator. Click out of the fraction, times 3.14. And then our radius is 4, so 4 cubed. So 4, whoops, times 4. Then to make it cubed, you have to click on AB and then the 3 for the third power, or to cube it. Okay, so this is our answer, 267.94. Look at the next number over, which is a 6, so we're going to round this up, 267.95. Pop it in, round it up, hit submit. Okay, next one. What is the volume of the sphere? And remember, guys, the only thing that's changing here is if they're asking us to find the volume is the radius. The 4/3 times the 3.14. All of that is staying the same. So I think this time I'm not even going to clear out my calculator. I'm going to go back over and change the radius to 9. Let's see if it'll let me do that. I don't know if it will or not. I'm going to hit backspace on my computer and then put the 9. It did. That's all I had to do. Isn't that cool? Okay, so once we're set up for finding the volume of a sphere, 4/3 times 3.14, all you have to do is change that radius. Now, they might switch the problems up on us, so we can't go too fast, but for this one, the answer is going to be 3052.08. We don't have any digits after the 8, and we do not need to worry about rounding. Okay, another volume problem, and they are asking us to find the volume. Sorry, another sphere problem, and they are asking us to find the volume. So this time the radius is 6. Let's go change our radius to 6. Answer is 904.32. Nothing to round. They're asking us to round to the nearest hundredth, and we don't have any more digits after the hundredths place, so there's nothing to do there. Okay, again, they're asking us to find the volume of a sphere. Our radius is 1. Let's change the radius to 1. And so this time our answer is 4.18. So I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to look at the next digit over, which is a 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 means round up. So 4.18 is going to get rounded up to 4.19 this time. All right, find the volume. Radius is 3. Let's change it to 3. Whoops, I just messed that up. That's okay. We'll fix it. So I messed up the exponent there. That's okay. I could probably use some more practice on this. So my radius is 3. We want 3 squared. So this is how, or cubed. This is how we get that. We click on this AB button and then click 3 to raise it to the 3rd power. Okay, 113.04. Let's see if they're going to give us any different problems here. Another volume of, oh, this one's different. Okay, so this one we want to go a little slower on. They are asking us for the volume, but take a look at this. If I just go over and pop 32 into my calculator for the radius, it's going to be wrong. Try to think about why that is, and I'll tell you in a second. You can pause the video maybe and try and figure it out. Remember what the radius is. The radius is the distance from the center to the outer edge. 32 is the whole distance across. That is the diameter. Okay, so to find the radius, we have to take the diameter, if it's given to us, like it is right here, and we have to divide by 2. The radius is half the diameter. So our radius here is just going to be 16. Okay, but then we can go back over and just put 16 in. All right, so our answer is 17,148.58. The next digit over is a 6, so I am going to round that up to 59. I'm going to copy it and put that in here and then round it up to a 9. Same thing, we have the diameter and not the radius, okay? So the radius, do you guys see the difference, how the dotted line goes all the way across? If the dotted line goes all the way across, you have to take that and divide by 2. Okay, so the radius is 6. Let's go put that in. Okay, here's our answer, 904.32. Once we have this set up for the volume of a sphere, as long as they're asking us for volume, all we're doing is changing what the radius is. And sometimes we have to figure out what the radius is first because they're giving us diameter now. All right, same thing here. They're giving us 18 for the diameter. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So my radius is 9. Let's go replace the radius with the number 9. Okay, there's our answer, 3052.08. Same thing, diameter, it's 26, so the radius is half that. 26 divided by 2 is 13. All right, our answer is 9,198.10. The next digit over is a 6, so we are going to round that up. The 1, 0 becomes a 1, 1. 10 becomes 11. Okay, same thing. So 156 millimeters, 156 divided by 2. I actually don't know what that is. I'm going to pull up a different calculator here. 156 divided by 2 is 78. So our radius is 78. And there's our final answer. No rounding needed because we only have the 2 digits. Okay, and I guess we're not getting to any other types of problems. I was thinking they might be asking us to solve for radius given the volume, but at least not up until this point we haven't had that. I'll keep on going though. I'll run through the full 15 minutes of the video. So we're back to them just giving us the radius again. Radius is 12. That's it. So we didn't even have to, this is actually easier than the previous one. Here's our answer. We'll copy that and pop that in. Okay, and so yeah, it looks like the only variation in these problems is whether they give you the radius or the diameter. We're back to diameter. So diameter we have to divide by 2. 166 divided by 2 is 83. So my radius, the distance halfway across, is 83. That is the number that's going to get put in for the radius over here. Okay, so 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 times 3.14 times the radius cubed. Here we do have to be careful. So it's that huge number, 0.57. I'll copy that. The next digit is a 3, so we do not need to round up. Okay, and maybe this will be the last one that we do because we'll be up to an 80. Radius of 65, that's it. They're asking us for volume again. Okay, and so we're going to grab 2 digits to the right of the decimal point, looking at the third to tell us whether to round up or not. It's a 3, so we do not round up. That is going to be our final answer. All right, guys, that was volume of a sphere. The formula is 4/3 times 3.14 times r cubed. Be careful, make sure you're putting in r. If you're given the diameter, you're going to divide by 2 to get your radius. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.